Hampshire LAKESCAST.
I'm here at Granite State Cigar Shop, and I'm here with Tyler and Fred. They're the owners of Granite State Cigar Lounge. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad. Beautiful place you guys got.
Thank you.
How's business?
Been very good.
Very nice.
Yeah. The holidays, or I guess the weekend holidays, Memorial, 4th of July, Labor, have all been really good since we've opened. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
You guys have a pretty prime location being right on Union Ave and stuff, so I mean, that's got to be good too.
Yeah, it was great for Bike Week too.
Oh yeah.
It's another one, another big
Bikers
one.
and cigars go together perfect.
Exactly.
What was the inspiration behind opening a cigar shop?
I think it was always wanting to have a place to smoke inside during the winter and not having to travel all the time. It was a 3-year process, but we'd always have to either go up north or go south. And then obviously you have a couple drinks, a couple cigars. You know, you don't want to drive back because you're already relaxed from
Right.
it. So, you know, we're like, well, why don't we do something like this around here? There's nothing like it. Why don't we give it a shot? After 3 years, we finally stumbled upon this, and 5 months later, here we are.
Well, and I mean, I love this place, you know that. I've always had that same thought because I've been a big cigar smoker for years now. And every single time I've looked up going to a cigar lounge, it's like, oh, you got to go to North Conway. You got to go to Nashua. You got to go to Merrimack. You know, anywhere north or south, we had nothing in the Lakes region.
Right.
And I mean, you guys are doing a great job at providing that.
Yeah.
Especially with, I mean, you guys have what, no membership fee?
No membership fee. No, as long as you buy a stick, you can come back here and smoke and have a good time. It's BYOB. Bring your own beverage of choice, I guess I should
Right.
say, which is fine. And then we have lockers you can rent, and you can store your, beverage of choice in there. Your cigars, glassware, anything you really want.
I remember coming in the shop beforehand and everything. And I mean, since you guys put those in, it's added such a nice accent onto the shop. What are your plans for the future?
Well, hopefully, it can grow big enough to maybe even have another location.
That would be great.
That would be nice. Down the road, you have something where it's kind of a after hours members type thing, but who knows? That's kind of the goal, just grow and get bigger.
What kind of cigars do you guys carry in the shop?
We carry quite a bit. My father, Rocky Patel, the United line, Plasencia.
I've got a United right now, and I have to say it's fantastic.
I'm actually smoking Plasencia.
That's next on the list.
Yeah.
Fred, you've got one of the Uniteds as well.
got the
I'm pretty
same
sure we're
as you.
smoking the same cigar.
Yeah, I got the Abuelo United. Nice smoke.
Now, Fred, you've been in the landscaping business for a long time now, right?
Yeah, gosh, I've been doing it since the 80s.
Okay. And as a father, of course, I mean, this is something that you and Tyler always wanted to do together, right? I mean, you guys always bonded over cigars, and you guys always were looking for a good place to smoke. What convinced you to start a cigar shop with your son?
Well, he's worked with me in the landscaping for 12, 14, 15 years. And it has its different levels of frustration. We've often visited different cigar bars and cigar shops when we go home to Connecticut or just even around here. And we just felt that we could offer the area something that didn't exist. It took us about 3 years to find a place. We're happy with the place, and Tyler's done a great job. He's here 90% of the time,
Well, and you guys are both committed, you know. I mean, I was in here the other day to do some filming for the video. Right as I was leaving, Fred showed up and he said, you know what, I'm here to relieve my son. He's got an appointment. I'm going to take over and I'm going to make sure that, you know, I mean, just the level of commitment both of you guys have to this is fantastic.
Yeah, it's about customer service, you know,
Right.
providing the service, making them want to come back and buy their cigars here and accessories.
Well, and being family owned and everything like that. I mean, I've seen even the couple times I've met all you guys and stuff down here. I mean, you guys seem like you have a great family. It's great to see a business that's that way as well.
Thank
There's
you.
so many families that work together, that own businesses together, that can't stand each other outside of work. And I mean, every single time I come in here, you guys greet me with a smile. You guys are both very knowledgeable about your products. You guys just have a great energy that brings me back here.
Yeah, it's kind of like a gathering place, not like work. Kind of can just relax and have good conversation.
Well, what I like though too is I think that there's an unspoken, well, definitely an unwritten rule of respect around here. You guys have stuff you want to do. I'm not going to show up at the last minute and be like, I'm going to smoke a cigar and you guys are going to have to stay here. I ask. I always call. I always ask. They close at 6-ish. I'm sure if you call the
We
shop.
can't say ish on Google.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody knows it's 6-ish.
I always call. I check with Tyler. I say, listen, I know that you're married. I know that you have a family. You might have plans. Who am I to come down here at 5 o'clock and have a smoke when your wife is waiting for you? And I honestly think you guys have been nothing but good to me. You guys have never kicked me out, you know, and I definitely appreciate you guys for that.
As long as the people are here smoking, I mean, we don't have an end time that we have to be out of here. So we'll come back and have cigars till 8:30, 9 o'clock. We've been here for Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football on occasion. That's been pretty good.
I think that was my first time in here, was one of the Saturday night college football games. And I mean, I had a great time just right off the rip. And I mean, you guys didn't have to sit there and have a conversation with me, but you did. No.
Cigars do that, though. It brings people together.
Oh, absolutely. And I prefer this over going to the bar. I can have a drink here. I can have a cigar here, and this is great. So what kind of promotions are you guys going to have?
So starting in November, it'll be a month long of foundation cigars.
Right.
So if you buy 5 cigars, you can get a cutter, 10 cigars, a lighter, and a hat, and then a box could be all those things if you buy a box.
And you go into a raffle
And
to
then-
win something bigger.
And the following month in December, it would be Drew Estate, and it would pretty much be the same thing, and then enter into that lottery
Okay.
to win something big.
And the reps will be here for the drawing, which
Yeah.
will be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So you can ask questions if you have about, United or Drew Estate.
Yeah. Any particular brand.
They'll hang out.
They'll hang out. It'll be fun.
Now, were you guys planning on doing any events or anything like that?
Next year, we would think about doing something with some local companies and stuff, or maybe set up a tent.
Like a dinner. And
Yeah, something like
Yeah, that would be great. You guys definitely have the environment for that. I know that the lounge is a little packed right now with everything, but I mean, I honestly feel like if you guys had something like that, people would be out the door lining up. The ambiance that you guys bring to the Lakes region, a lot of people do smoke cigars, and I feel like a lot of people might not be very comfortable with sharing it. Some people might be embarrassed about not knowing enough. You guys are beginner friendly.
Yeah, we're beginner friendly. I welcome anyone. You can be a beginner to an aficionado. That's fine. Welcome you with open arms. That's kind of what it's about, though.
You know, and you guys have always had great recommendations. I mean, every single time I come in, and I mean, I've been smoking cigars probably since before I was legally supposed to be. I still walk in and I say, Tyler, what do you got for me? You know, and he gives me such a nice list. I have this whole entire line right now of cigars that I need to start that I'm not ready to commit to yet. The Camachos.
The Camacho.
The Camachos.
They are very good.
But once I start them, I want all of them.
Same thing with pipes. We get a lot
Yeah.
of first-time pipe smokers. It's kind of fun because we were all there at one time.
Right.
Right.
And it's finding the right person that doesn't make you feel kind of embarrassed that you don't know a lot and kind of walk you through. That's what it was like for me when I started smoking.
That's the weird thing about cigars is they give you this unspoken confidence. Since I started coming to this place, I've wanted to dress better. I've wanted to treat people better. I've wanted to just make my whole entire life better. There's a unspoken class behind cigar culture. And I honestly think that you guys are going to make people think about their lives. I think that somebody's going to come in here on a Tuesday afternoon, have a cup of coffee. Maybe if it's a little later, they're going to have a bourbon. They're going to sit there. They're going to stare at the boxes on the walls, and they're going to be like, what do I want? I know that you guys might not think of it that deep sometimes, but it's definitely a lot deeper than people are making it.
It's a good
Yeah.
escape.
It's just, yeah. You don't think about anything. That's what it's kind of there for, I think.
You know, and I mean, so many stores sell products, and I mean, I feel like you guys sell ambition. You guys carried your love for cigars and love for the business into this whole thing with you. And I honestly believe that people pick up on that the second they walk in the door. I've been to so many different cigar shops, so many different tobacco shops. I've never once have been greeted, not only greeted, but I mean treated the way that you guys treat your customers. You feel like family when you're in here. You know, you don't just come in here for a cigar and have them be like, all right, see you later. It's not like that here. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know, Fred, if you treated your landscape customers like family for so many years, but your customer service has been nothing short of a 10.
Thanks. That's the biggest part of business, is customer service. You want to make them feel comfortable, want to come back, you know, and then I've had clients with me for, 15, 20 years. They can go elsewhere, but it's that level of service that they want, the confidence, knowing that you're taking care of their property when they're not home.
And that's how I feel Tyler is with the cigars, though, because, I mean, if you ask Tyler a question about a cigar, his face lights up. He's ready. He knows about that cigar in that case.
Customer service is it.
It doesn't feel like you guys are serving people.
Yeah.
It feels like you guys are just there, you know?
Yeah.
And
I
it's
think
weird.
that's part of it, though, too, to make it not so intimidating. Because, like my dad said, that we were all there at one time. So we don't want to make it that way for first time.
Well, I mean, there's been other shops that all of us have gone into where the people are knowledgeable and they want you to know that they're knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And there's a humbleness between the both of you that you guys know what you guys are talking about, but at the same time, it's not in your face. It's not turning around novices. You know, I've been in here with a friend before that's only had a couple generic cigars, maybe. He tells me every single time he comes up, you guys make him feel like $1 million.
That's good. That's good.
That's really good.
It's also picking a cigar that's they're going to be interested in. It's not about price, because there's great smokes that are $5. There's great smokes that are $100. Sometimes you don't have to spend $100 as a beginner to get a good $5 to $10 smoke. And you graduate toward different flavors, different tastes, different expenses.
Right.
You know, it just doesn't. You don't have to constantly push based on price. It's really about quality and really what the person wants to smoke, what flavors they're looking for. Because sometimes if they get their first stick and it's a bad experience, they may not smoke again. You know, we try to explain to them, smoke 2-3 times before you make that decision.
Right.
And start out mild.
And then you've got the different ones. You know, obviously Connecticut would be a milder smoke for a beginner and stuff like that. A lot of people go for the Connecticut's. I honestly think that a lot of people start too big, though, too. I mean, they have this image of somebody with a cigar and they think of the big guy in the cartoon that's smoking the cigar. There's tons of beginner options out there that are perfect for people with a mild palate, you know? Like that box right next to Tyler right there, the Metro Selection Connecticut. I've had that. Perfect. It's nice and mild. It's very just
creamy, nutty, smooth.
It's not something that's abrasive. It's not going to knock you on your butt, and you're going to enjoy yourself in the shop.
Great everyday smoke.
Yeah. You'll be intrigued to want to smoke more.
Exactly.
And try more.
They have a coffee machine. You know, you can come here, make yourself a nice cup of coffee, sit back here, listen to the music that they have playing.
It's usually blues music.
Yeah, always blues music in here. TVs are always on with sports or news, and I don't know. It's a nice break away from everything, and I definitely appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for letting me interview you for the show, and I mean, I hope to see you guys grow over time. Yeah. Like you said before, with the multiple locations, I'd love to see you guys everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So thank you guys very much for your time, and thanks for the cigar, man.
Absolutely.
All right, Matt. Thank you.
No matter if you're a novice or an aficionado, Granite State Cigar Shop has what your taste buds desire. They have one of the highest quality selections of cigars, pipes, tobaccos, and owners in the Lakes region. Granite State Cigar Shop is truly the Lakes region's own piece of Pleasure Island. A place for strangers to become friends, lives to be pondered, bourbon to be sipped, and a rich embodiment of class no matter the size of your pockets. An experience so robusto, you'd be a Maduro before you find anywhere else like it. And with no membership fees, the savings roll back up tightly into your wallet like a fine Monte Cristo. So come down for a stick and let the music sing your blues away. On today's Charity Corner, we talk about the Miss Lakes Region organization. This organization works to provide scholarships at their competition every year. They empower young women to excel in their education, to be leaders in their communities, and to thrive in their own personal and professional lives. If you have any questions or comments about this organization, go to their website where they have a questions and comments portal. For more information, visit www.misslakesregion.org. Today we'll take our look at Used to Be New Boutique. We're going through the Beacon Street entrance right now. See right there is the Community Action Program for Belknap and Merrimack counties. And this is the Beacon Street exit for Used to Be New Boutique. We have the front entrance for Used to Be New Boutique right here. It's their front entrance right there. This is the Main Street entrance. They always have all kinds of window displays up in the window. So this is in the old Granite State Music Hall. I'm sure everybody's been here a couple, 2-3 times. Then funny enough, this door over here used to be the Underground Lounge. They want you to use their main entrance, but it's nice for them to set displays up in sometimes. In particular, this one right here. Got the fall Halloween setup right here. They always do such a good job with their displays. All right, everybody, welcome to the LAKESCAST. I'm here at Used to Be New Boutique with Heather and Jay Duque. How you guys doing?
Doing all right.
All right.
There's Bella.
Of course, we got Bella. She's usually the first thing I see when I walk in the store. First thing I hear walking in the store.
Yeah.
So how's business, guys?
Pretty good. Pretty
Fantastic. I know you guys are busy, open 7 days a week, right?
Good. Yes, we are.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I
A lot
see
of-
you guys all over the place.
Well, I mean, it's I mean, to have this much square footage and to be able to actually keep it functioning and looking fresh and new is definitely a full-time job within itself.
On top of running 3 other businesses as well. So, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it's
yeah.
Yeah, me and Tracy, we work endlessly putting all this together.
You guys do a great job. I mean, I know I kind of take breaks between when I come in and everything, but every single time I walk in here, I was just in here last week. It looks completely different already. That's really nice. So obviously this is the 3rd location. What was the inspiration behind opening up a resale shop and, boutique in general?
well, story starts. She was running eBay out of her place, and she had asked me, a couple weeks ago, once she got the order in from the eBay thing to look for a shirt, and I looked at her and said, okay, I procrastinated, and because I knew what I was in store for.
Right.
So I went upstairs, and after about 23 bags and 4 totes, I said, no more. I said, don't ask me ever again to do this. She goes, well, then get me a store. So I said, okay. let's get in the truck and let's go find something. So 516 Union Avenue was our first go at this, and
I outgrew that in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, 2 hours.
2 hours.
We hadn't even gotten a third of the inventory that we currently had at that point in the store before we're like, we can't move.
Right.
So
One of our
luckily enough,
friends reached
one
out
of our
to us.
friends reached out to us and said, hey, check this place out. So we spent 2 years at the Village of August Bay.
That's when I met you too. That was,
it's a
I
great-
love that store. That store was
It
fantastic.
was a great location. You know, I just kind of wish there had been more foot traffic, you know, just something that, you know, because it makes it difficult. You know, a lot of people have got a conception that have been in Laconia for a long time. They know one, you know, what was it? One Guilford Place as what it was known. So a lot of people knew that as, you know, a great hangout spot, but not so much for retail.
Well, I think, I mean, the hard thing is too, is it's tucked away. Cause I mean, I don't live too far from there. And I mean, if you're not looking for it, you're going to miss it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I mean, there's places that I do love in there now that I don't think about just because they're in there. And I feel bad for those business owners. Hopefully we can bring them out a little bit if they agree to do what you guys are doing. But I mean, I think out of all the business owners I know, you guys were one of the first. I mean, I moved up here almost 4 years ago. Heather welcomed me in the store. She caught me looking through the records and she's like, what are you doing? What are you looking for? And I mean, I've gotten just so many good things from you guys in that short amount of time. And I mean, I'm still back in here. I might not leave with something, but I mean, I could look around this store anywhere and see something that reminds me of a memory, reminds me of something from my childhood, reminds me of something that I want in my life, you know.
I mean, and that's the biggest thing is the nostalgia is what, you know, for me is what it's all about. So, I mean, taking a look right behind you, I mean, you got a bunch of Brady Bunch on VHS, you know, the whole series, you know, it's the simple things, you know, when life was a lot simpler, you know, when we were kids, you know, it's like, okay, I remember that. I remember grandma had that. Oh, my dad had that because he got that from his dad, you know, type of stuff. So it's, as far as the nostalgia is concerned, there's a lot of that in this place.
And that's what happens to me every single time I come in here, though, because I'm in here for, I mean, even if I'm not buying, I'm in here for over an hour easy. And I have to make sure I have my phone on me because I'll forget what time it is.
Yeah, that happens quite often in here.
We almost lock people in here at night because they're
So
tucked
quiet
down
and-
in the library downstairs that we don't even know they're here. When we go down and we shut the lights off, like, hello, I'm here. So
But that's the good thing, though, when you guys aren't bothering anybody to buy anything. You know, I mean, I have at least 5 different corners in the store that I can sit in for quite some time, and you guys aren't like, hey, what are you doing? You know, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, you guys have cameras, so people aren't sneaking around, which is beautiful for downtown.
right.
So many places fail because of stuff like that. That being said, what's one of the bigger challenges you guys have actually faced? Not with the location, but just the business in general.
For the biggest part is people will come in here. They still think it's, you know, the bar setting. And they'll be like, oh, I heard you were in here, but I never knew you existed. We hear that all the time. I didn't know you existed. I didn't know you were here. You know, I've been past here 100 times, never knew this was in here. So, you know, people just need to kind of like look outside the box and come in. And once they're in here and they see that we have 17,000 square feet and 2 floors. And I mean, we have so much merchandise that I still have tons of rooms out back of stuff that still needs to come out, but it's a good surplus out back. But people come in and they're like, oh my God, look how big this is. And we're like, you haven't even gone through half of it.
Well, one of the big things I know that we've talked about before is that is one of the challenging things with the foot traffic. Obviously, a lot of people come in here and they think this is Goodwill. They think that some things could be priced too high. Obviously, that's the consignor's price. They set the prices. And the one thing that I've loved about you guys is I could just walk in and throw in an offer.
Absolutely.
I get a yes or a no, or I get a halfway. You know, I don't think I've ever paid asking price for anything in this store. Not once.
Probably not.
You know, and that's big for people. You know, everybody
and I'm
comes
willing to work
in.
with anybody. You know, I mean, when we say reasonable offer, that's the biggest thing is that when we say reasonable offer, we want it to be reasonable. You know, we don't want somebody to pick up a $50 item and come upstairs and say, we take a quarter for it.
Right.
Because, you know, that we're not going to make a living that way. But we would make a deal on that $50 item if it was a reasonable offer. I have no
Right.
problem with that.
And I mean, I know that firsthand. I mean, I've gotten some pretty pricey stuff from you guys before, and I've thrown out an offer, and you're like, you know what? Repeat customer, reasonable offer. I'm not insulted. I'll take it.
We want to become a 501c3 as well. So in the future, we want to be able to help people that either been fire victims or they're homeless or they're just starting out again. They've been evicted and, you know, they've had to live a family. They lost everything they have. I want people to be able to come in here and we can help them with utilities or rent or give them clothing, give them furniture, whatever they need. You know, maybe not all of it. I doubt we could fill a whole house, but
We get pretty close.
we've got enough to help you get started.
And I mean, you guys do a good enough job with that now, though. I mean, even without being a charity and stuff like that or a nonprofit, you know, I mean, you guys have tons of stuff for, you know, even the half price racks are always full. What is it, $1 or less you guys have over on the other rack?
A dollar rack.
Dollar
We have a
rack over there.
50% off, but downstairs we have thousands of items that are $1 or less. Some people say, "Oh, your prices are so high. You have nothing that's affordable in there." We have things as low as 10 cents in the store. I mean, things are affordable. You just got to look for them.
Well, people don't understand boutique either. The quality is way different between them and a boutique as well. You know, you're not getting grandpa's clothes hanging up from the attic. You know, you're getting. I'm pretty sure I saw a brand new wedding dress up on that dollar rack the other day
You did.
with
you
tags and everything.
Yeah.
You did. So I mean, that's the biggest thing is that, you know, when we look at the inventory that we have, there is a strict process that we go through. You know, we want to make sure that the clothing, you know, if you're going to come in and you're going to spend your money in, I want to make sure that the clothing that you purchase is going to be free from stains, rips, snags, tears. I mean, unless it's designed that way. The
We make
biggest
all our consigners wash everything and have everything
laundered and ready
presentable.
to go and presentable.
Right.
But if we do find any of those items that are not necessarily up to our standards, they go right in the free box. The stock is always rotating, and you know, if we feel that, you know, something's been here for a little too long, guess what? It's on the dollar rack. It's going to go down in the free section. So, you know, we can help out somebody that is in need, that doesn't have, you know, a lot of clothing, especially with the weather, you know, dropping as it does at night. You know, help them layer up.
Right.
Try to keep them warm.
Which is fantastic, though. I mean, you guys have the perfect location for that now. You know, I mean, being off before in Guilford, I still thought you guys were in a decent place. Like I said, a little tucked away, maybe not as much foot traffic. Here, I mean, that's all everybody has is foot traffic. I was lucky to get a parking spot outside. But, I mean, I would have walked, you know. I mean, you guys know me. I love this place. I love coming in. Probably one of the most polite group of business owners I think I know in this area. So,
Appreciate that.
what would you guys want customers to know for the future? I mean, you guys have 17,000 square feet.
17,000 square feet. I mean, like you said, 2 floors. I mean, so for the future, coming with an open mind. We have that big board that's right in the front that does list our specials. And, you know, we do have the color tags that we do rotate. Full price works its way down. So just understand, if you see something, you have a question, please feel free to ask. We're not going to bite your head off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, if you come in and you see that there's an area that's kind of disarray or a little bit of a mess, we're in the process of reorganizing or moving it to a new section to make it more shopper friendly, to make it more, it's in its own space.
Mhm.
The biggest thing I want people to come in is when they come up here on our top floor is all the vendors. And sometimes some of the prices up here, things are a little bit more expensive because people tend to bring in the better things.
Right.
Because that's what I request. So some things are more expensive and people will be like, oh, you know, this is just too expensive. And they don't go anywhere else throughout the store. They don't ask questions. They don't ask why. You know, then they go on and leave me a 2-star review on Google.
I've seen
okay,
them.
and I'm okay with that.
Right.
Because, you know, maybe we're not the store for them, which is fine. We're not for everyone, but we are for a lot of people around here who love this kind of shopping. I will make an offer with anybody as long as it is, you know, reasonable and, you know, you're not trying to get something for free.
Right.
So when people come in here, they assume that everything is donations.
Which
Right.
is not.
And we do not thrive on donations. So like the other places in town, some of them do thrive on donations. And I understand why some people would think that here.
Mhm.
But when we try to explain it to people, some people don't understand. And some people just think that, you know, our prices are just crazy. And I think a lot of these are pretty reasonable. And I think that my vendors, they want the same respect out of that, you know, they got higher quality stuff.
Well, I also think that big box stores have done a lot to that. You know, everybody's having a sale. Everybody's outsourcing when they make their clothes, so they get to sell the brand new stuff for way under what a lot of people are selling premium for. I mean, I don't know how anybody can criticize you guys when a lot of the bigger corporations, especially thrift stores, that are also corporations, I mean, they're hiking their prices up and people pay that. They're familiar with the corporation. And then they come in here and they're like, well, what do you mean I have to pay 25% of the cost of the wedding dress that I got? You know, that's another thing. An open mind in the store is the perfect thing to have, just because eventually you're going to find what you're looking for. If you come in here looking for one thing and then all of a sudden you see something else, it might completely shift your focus on what you want. And that's happened to me a million times.
And that's what we want. We want to have that variety. And that's the thing, is the more obscure and rare and more vintage to antique that we have, the more I feel that, we're doing what we need to do, to try to, basically be out there for everybody.
Right.
A little bit of something for everybody.
And it's been a learning curve for us the whole way. We didn't jump into this knowing all the answers. We didn't get into this and know what is everybody going to like. We had to play around with this. We had to, we have thrown away a lot of stuff. We've given away a lot of stuff, stuff that we thought would be what people want. And, we ask people when they come in, what would you like to see in here? What can we make better? How can we make your shopping experience better? And people talk, we listen. We might not implement every idea that we get, but we've been trying to work around everybody and try to make everything. The biggest thing right now is people are talking about, a lot of people can't get downstairs. So we have purchased a stair chair. So as soon as we have the permit and we install it, everybody will be able to get downstairs.
That's fantastic.
Maybe with the exception of people that are in the motorized
Right.
carts. If they can't, motorized wheelchairs, if they can't get out of them and get into the chair, they probably won't be able to go downstairs. But we have the stair chair and a wheelchair at the bottom. So if you had to leave your wheelchair up here, you could go down with someone and be pushed around down there. So you could still be able to experience the part of the store everybody talks about that they can't get to.
That's fantastic. And I mean, it is very accessible down there. Everything is nice and neat. There's nothing in the walkway. Nothing is a mess. A lot of people mistake clutter with mess. I know that better than anybody. I have 2 kids at home. Other than that, though, I mean, you guys have thrived in an industry that a lot of people think is dying. A lot of it's oversaturated. It's very niche in some aspects, but I mean, I think that you guys need to be here. Somebody needs to do this. I mean,
I think we do, but at the same point in time, going back to what you just said, I mean, as far as, the prices and everything going up, I mean, the tariffs are killing everybody.
Oh yeah.
So I don't care about your political affiliation, whatever. The fact is, the facts are the facts, and tariffs are killing everybody. So if they can come in here and save a few dollars, and we can, put a couple dollars back in your pocket through consignment or vendors, we're just trying to help out, as I said, the community. That's
Absolutely.
the biggest thing. When it all said and done, it's all about the community. And if you're not supporting the community that is supporting you, you're bound to fail.
Well, and I mean, you guys have taken a lot of criticism like we've talked about before, but I mean, you guys are going on your 5th year?
Yes.
5th year in business, 3rd location. Nothing but up from here, right?
That's
I mean,
all it's
and
been is growth. So
along with the 3 other businesses. I don't know how you guys do it, honestly. I joke around with you guys every single time I come in here about it and like, oh, you're here? Yeah, of course I'm here. And then, stuff that goes around with personal lives and other businesses and family. And I mean, you guys make it work, and it's awesome.
kind of have no choice.
A lot of people are like, well, how can you guys be together all the time? I mean, we work together, we live together, we sleep together. We're together all the time.
Right.
However, during the days, sometimes I'm here, and then he's running the landscaping company, so we do get time apart. And even though every time certain people come in, we're always here, they think we never go home, but we use the saying,
What's home?
we use the saying, we live here, we visit home.
Seems like an accurate analogy to me.
Then we have
Pretty
Bella.
much.
It's the same thing with me and my wife too, though. I mean, we have the same job. We're always together, and then we go our separate ways when we're actually working. Come back, and then that's it. There's just enough of a balance to make it work, where you're not driving each other nuts, and then you come back and everything's perfect ish.
Oh, we drive each other nuts.
Well, yeah, you got your license on that a long time ago.
We'll be married 3 years next week.
Well, as somebody who's been married for only a few months now, I mean, I look at you guys, and you guys are an inspiration to me, just making this work. Finding each other and then instantly falling into business together and being supportive. And
Well, I mean, support is a mutual thing. So I mean, that's the biggest thing is, if she wasn't supporting me, and my 3 kids, and helping me, with them, it wouldn't work for me. And me not supporting her here, this wouldn't work. So I mean, support is a huge thing.
And even with all my crazy ideas,
he seems like he's ready for the next every time I come in. Well, I appreciate you guys talking. I want everybody to come down and check this place out. What's the address again?
It's 546 Main Street, downtown Laconia. There is parking out front on Main Street, and there's also parking on Beacon Street West on the back parking lot.
and a handicap entrance is
And a
on the Beacon
handicap
Street.
entrance, yes.
Well, that's fantastic. Everybody come in and visit the Duques, and come in and visit Bella over here, who's sleeping for the first time I've ever seen.
Nah,
You
she's
say
just
hi?
pretty quiet.
Hopefully you guys like dogs. She's the first thing you're going to see and the last thing you're going to see when you leave.
It's true.
All right, thank you guys very
Thank
much.
you.
Whether you're looking for a couple knickknacks, a new kitchen table, a dress to wear out to Tower Hill, or anything else under the sun, Used to Be New on Main Street in Laconia has it. As the owners say, if you can't find it, you're not looking hard enough. I can't remember how many times I've walked through this store, minutes and sometimes hours passing as I walked through the many aisles and dug through the bookcases trying to find an adventure. Even if you don't find what you're looking for, I ask you to look deeper into yourself. What do you really need? Do you need to find that deal on vintage Tupperware that your grandmother had in her kitchen in the 60s? Just the sight of it reminds you of her and her famous pie. Or maybe you notice a selection of glassware and you notice the same cup from that restaurant that you went to with your family on vacation. The nostalgia of kicking and screaming car rides, just to relax as a family and have a meal. Maybe you're one of the ones from our golden generation, and you see some of your favorite movies and 8-tracks from back in your day, and for a second you can almost feel your hair grow back. I would consider this to be the ultimate treasure hunter's labyrinth, and honestly a Lakes region destination within itself. Nostalgia set aside, no matter what you think you're looking for, you will find it in some shape or form, whether it's physical or a memory, and that's more than any big box store can say. Hi everybody, this is Matthew. I just wanted to thank you guys for watching the first episode of the LAKESCAST, and I want to apologize. I seem to have caught a cold during production. I'm sure it shows in some of my voice clips and some of my overdubs, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I just want to say that we have plenty of people lined up and it can only go up from here. So thank you very much for your support, and we'll see you next time.